we're back here with the illustrious, the awesome Josh Scott of Solano College. He's here today to go over a couple key differences with us. Josh, what is a dependent clause?
It is a clause. So a clause, first of all, is a subject and a verb, right?
Okay.
As you have to have something you're talking about, and then what is the thing doing, right?
Right.
Aretha Franklin's who's, zoom, and whom, that whole thing.
Okay.
So a dependent clause it works like a sentence. It has a subject and a verb, but it is dependent on another clause to really understand it and for it to make sense.
Okay. So it has a subject and a verb, but it's not necessarily a complete thought.
There you go.
Doesn't work as a sentence.
Exactly. If I were to say it by itself, you would be confused or misinformed.
Okay. Well, I'm always confused and misinformed.
Wow.
What, on the other hand, is an independent clause?
It would be the opposite, right? It is also a clause. It has a subject and a verb, but it makes sense by itself. I can say it, and grammatically and logically, for the most part, it makes sense.
Okay. So here's a couple that I had a question on. When I was 10, dependent or independent clause?
That would be a dependent clause, thanks to this subordinator right here, when.
Yeah,
See, I was 10, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, I was 10.
When I was 10 no longer makes sense.
No longer makes sense. I went to Mexico City.
This is an independent clause.
Ah, he's
right?
good.
Same thing, subject, verb, and in this case, there is not a subordinator there. So
okay, so if I put them together, when I was 10,
I went to
Mexico City.
There you have a complete sentence.
And you can join them with what piece of punctuation, Professor Scott?
Well, it depends. If it's like this,
yeah,
I don't need any punctuation.
Right.
Right? Because the when helps me understand what's going on.
Right.
Down here, it's a little more confusing, so I'd like to put a comma after 10.
When I was 10, comma, I went to Mexico City. So it essentially looked like this. It's a giant comma. That's a Costco-sized comma.
When I was 10,
comma,
I went to Mexico City.
Bam!
There you are.
Put my gum back. Now I'll shake your hand.
All
right.
Thank you.
All right. Good work, everybody. Josh Scott, ladies and gentlemen.